Welcome. Well, you're at home with Jim and Joy, and you are an important part of our EWTN family. And we are delighted that you have welcomed us into your home. We certainly would love to hear from you. So send us an email with a question or a comment to jimandjoy@ewtn.com. Well, today our guest is Paula Umana. She is a former professional tennis player from Costa Rica. She's a Catholic speaker, and she's the author of a beautiful book called 40 Gifts of Hope, Encouragement in Times of Sickness and Suffering. And this great book is available at ewtnrc.com. And we're going to have a beautiful conversation with Paula, and just because of what God has done through her and to her through all of her suffering, her afflictions, her miseries, her sorrows, and she's here and she's beautiful and she has 5 children and she's married to her husband of 20 years, and just really about faith and hope and how God can bring a greater good out of our trials, our tribulations, if we're seeking Him. And she has a beautiful witness and a story that she tells of just how important her faith was, how important her family was, how important the Catholic community around her was. So in times when we suffer, we think, oh, we're all alone. Nobody is with me. God has forsaken me. Well, she's here to tell you the different story about that.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a very serious condition. I mean, here she is, I think the best tennis player in Costa Rica and perhaps Central America, strong as anything, 4 children, has a 5th child and winds up quadriplegic, legally blind. And the suffering of all of that, yet God's grace and mercy in her life, the love of her family, other people. And she's really made this a mission to have hope in the midst of great pain and suffering and what you're going through. And so now she's getting around quite a bit better. She has braces about from the knee down. So I said, well, we really need to know, what happened to you and the serious nature of it and what you went through. She said, well, right now I'm living the dream. So I'm living the dream. I'm moving around. I'm traveling. I'm sharing. Got one of her children with her, Cecilia, today. And so, wow, what an attitude. So hope. Today is a show about hope without belittling suffering and pain and sorrow. Yet God can take every evil, turn it into a good, the curse into a blessing, turn death into life. We'll be right back. Plenty more to come. Don't go away.
Welcome back. We're at home with Jim and Joy, and today our guest is Paula Umana. She is a Catholic speaker and an author of a book called 40 Gifts of Hope, Encouragement in Times of Sickness and Suffering. And this beautiful book is available at ewtnrc.com. And you can visit her website, paulaspeaker.com. Well, Paula, we are delighted to have you with us and to have you traveled with your beautiful daughter Cecilia, and that's exciting. But we want you to tell our family a little bit about you, and then we're going to get into your beautiful story.
Well, thank you so much. It's an honor for me to be here with both of you and see you in person. Wow. I was born in Costa Rica in a family of 7 children, and I am the youngest of the 7 kids. And we were, the Catholicism in Costa Rica, it's very common. You grow in a Catholic family, and I remember my grandmother was always in her house around 6 p.m., and you always used to see her doing, and I was like, what is she doing? She was praying the rosary all the time. So we grow in the faith all the time. And then, the sports were really important. I remember the first time my dad, Carlos, came home we became members of a tennis club. And I got my first wood racket and I started playing tennis at the tennis club. And tennis became my passion. until I became tennis champion in Costa Rica, national champion when I was around maybe 14. And then my brother-in-law, one of my brothers-in-law went to United States, and he says, Paula, would you like to become professional tennis player? And I was like, what is that? How do you, how you can do that? And he helped me to do that. So of course, to become a professional player is a lot of effort and hours of training. And I became #1 in Costa Rica and Central America for several years.
Wow.
Then I moved to United States when I was young. Maybe I was in my early 20s. Now I'm 47, so, you know. And that was part of my life. And then when I was around 27, I moved back to Costa Rica to finish my college. And I met a very handsome man called Serge. He's French. And he came to Costa Rica as a chiropractor to do a special mission. And he asked me, would you marry me? And I say yes. And I remember I cried that day because I said, I'm going to leave my country again. And we moved to Atlanta. And I said, well, if God provides fertility, I probably will have a big family. And that is what happened. I started to have children and teaching tennis everywhere and being always super active. The way I learned to be a mom, you know, so many moms like to cook and do crafts and do homeschooling, but I was a different mom. I'm a kind of mom of let's go. Let's go to the park. Let's go to the party. Let's do sports. That has been my style, you know, because I was always an active person, you know. And I remember having the challenge always of, am I going to be able to do all this and being pregnant, you know? As moms, every time we get pregnant, we ask, maybe we can do it, maybe not. But I keep teaching tennis to a lot of kids and having kids. And everything was working very well. Everything was under control.
4 children at this point?
I have 4 kids, yes. But I remember after my 4th child, I say to my husband, oh, maybe I can get pregnant in March and then have a baby in December. So then I can go back to the tennis court in February. Everything, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So I get pregnant in March. I got my baby in December, but in March, I was a woman paralyzed in a bed, facing the hardest time of my life, a neurological condition called CIDP.
So that never happened in any other pregnancy before. All your other pregnancies were normal after you had your 5th child. But during that pregnancy, everything, to the best of your knowledge, was normal.
Did you have a sense about anything while you were
Yeah,
pregnant?
well, during that pregnancy, it was like strange things, like I start to feel tingling and numbness in my hands. Or I remember we were in a picnic and my husband says, can you go to the car and get the wine, you know, the bottle of wine? And I grab it and then it fell and break. And my husband was like, what do you do with my wine? But for me, it was like, what is going on to me? It was like a monster in the body that you start to feel weaker and weaker. It was very scary, very, very.
CIDP, chronic inflammatory demyelinating, something like that, polyneuropathy. And so that's, you were feeling a sense of neuropathy in your nerves. That how long after you delivered your 5th child did this really attack your limbs? It attacked your legs, your arms, your eyes?
Well, Charles was born in December 2015, and all this has started to get worse. But after a baby, I thought, oh, this is because of labor, you know. But for February, 2 months after that, one morning I wake. It was strange. It was like, why can I go up the stairs? You know, this is so hard. But it was always the Paula, the fighting, the pushing, you
Right.
know. This is so strange. So I started to sleep on the living room because then it was impossible. The doctors were confused, everybody. And one day in February, around February, after he was born, or January, middle of January, I just wake up in the night and I I just couldn't feel my legs from, waist down. They were gone. So after that, I went to the hospital, and I spent around 6 months in the hospital, very confused. And I was like, is this happening to me? Is this happening to the tennis players? Is happening to the active mom? And they transferred me to Shepherd Center, which is the hospital for people with paraplegia and all that. And I remember them explaining me, Paula, this is the way you're going to live now. This is the things you're going to change in your house. And I was not believing that. I was like, I'm going to be fine. And family members making ramps in my house and everything. But I was like, no, I can shower with a hose in summer because I'm going to be fine in the fall. So it was very confusing at the beginning. It was not something that came like from one day. It was a process of maybe 4 or 5 months that the hardest I was trying, the worse I was getting. So it was very, very challenging for me that time. When you go through that process of when suffering comes in your life, of course, you go at the beginning, you go through different stages. But at the beginning for me I was focusing in the fighting person, on the pushing, on the tennis player, the professional, and nothing was working.
How long were you in bed? I mean, and then you graduated to a wheelchair, I guess. But so and you're not fully recovered, although you say you're living the dream now. You're feeling good. But what was the extent of the time?
Well, it was like from January of 2015 to July was a time when I was in the hospital, and I get out of the hospital, but it was worse every time, worse and worse and worse, until like for August of 2015, my hands were gone, and I was only able to speak. I was in the bed, and I was only able to contemplate my children, and they were coming to the room, and they were talking to me like used to mom, like, Mom, can you brush my hair? Can you close my skirt of the school? And I was just looking at them and thinking, I cannot do anything, So it wasn't like in a process of 5 months that it was very, very confusing. And it's funny because when those kind of moments come in your life, you start to feel jealous for the things you never imagined. I was like, why everybody can walk and I cannot? Why my son can stand up now? But probably the worst torture for me was to have a newborn and not even able to hold him or hug him or nurse him, just let it go. But because when the illness comes in your life, it's a package, It's not only the physical thing, it's finance, it's a family, it's emotional, it's so many things. When you start to understand how everything works, it's really difficult. But for me, the fact of the newborn was really hard. And there was a moment that I said, I think I'm gonna have to disconnect emotionally from my children, from the 5 kids, because I'm gonna have to deal with myself. Especially being in the hospital, that it was like 5 months in the hospital. Who's gonna take care of them? Who's gonna feed them? It was impossible for me at that moment. So I said, okay, you're gonna have to try your best and focus on trying to recover, and let it go. So I start to learn to surrender.
So there you are, a mother of a newborn, plus you have 4 other children, plus you have your husband who needs you, and now you are a quadriplegic. And so who comes up alongside of Paula to say, I'm going to take care of your children, because the laundry needs to get done, they have to be fed, groceries. I mean, all of that has to be done, what you do, right? So it's like, how do we find a new way?
Well, it was a lot of people involved. I think one of the main help was my sister. Now I'm going to cry. My oldest sister, she helped me a lot with the kids. My husband was super brave. He was not a husband like angry or crying. He was just focused, this is what we have to do. He had to see patients. He's a chiropractor. and he was taking care of the kids. But the community, and you know, it's very important to know that, and we always hear that phrase, like, God will never abandon you, you know. It does. You know, no, he doesn't, I'm sorry. You know, I was exposed to a situation that I said, I have to surrender on the Lord every day. And every day was according to his providence. Different people bringing food, different ladies taking care of my kids, different people taking them to school, you know, but the community, the help from different people from everywhere, people that I never expect that were going to help me, you know. I learned not to talk bad about anybody because, and then for me it was hard and proud, of course, you know, the tennis player, the champion, and then the next day I'm in GoFundMe begging for money to everybody to be able to pay for the bills and to make the house work and everything. But, you know, here I am, and everything went well, you know.
Was there, I mean, the family element is just so important for you and for those that you've interviewed, you know, in your book. Was there anything else, a particular tool for you that helped you not to lose your mind, your faith? Was there anything in particular that just sustained you? Obviously, the people, maybe that's it. But.
I would say there were three main people that came to my life, and that now I can see the picture, you know, years later. The number one person was a nun. She came in my room in the hospital, Mother Andrea de Jesus. And I was desperate to get better. And she came in the room and she says, what is your problem? What is your hurry to get better? Isn't it better to wait and see what God wants to do? So for me, it was like, you know. She said, when she said that to me, it was a big relief because I was, you know, fighting so much. And also she, with those words, she just, you know, teach me one thing, and it's acceptance of the situation. As soon as I accept the new Paula, you accept your new problem, you accept the new person you are not the tennis player anymore. So that for me, that confrontation that she did to me to accept was super helpful.
Say the words she said again. Why are you in such a hurry to?
Yeah, she says, what is your hurry to get better?
I mean, that's so strange to say to somebody.
Isn't it better to wait and see what God wants to do? You know? But it was in Spanish. So I'm translating.
No, we get it, yeah.
¿Cuál es tu problema? You know, she said that in Spanish. She's from Costa Rica. So that was the first person. So she taught me to accept on that second. And then the second one was when I was really bad at home, because after the hospital I started to get worse. And he was a priest. His name is Wilberto Regis. I don't know where he is right now. But he was in Atlanta for like 2 months, and he came to my house for 20 minutes, and those 20 minutes were, I mean, the rest of my life, it was a boot camp he gave me for 20 minutes about offering your sufferings. You know, he came with that idea to me, you know, and he says, you are in a stage of privilege and purification. Go ahead, you know. So he taught me about it, and I started to learn that, you know, I was going through a very good stage. It's very difficult to understand. And maybe because I didn't have another resource at that moment. Because the doctors gave me pills for depression and panic and all that. And maybe me as a human being, I would take them. But I had 5 children. I said, me paralyzed plus no mind and no heart, sleeping all day. No way, I need to be awake. I need to manage my house. What am I going to do? So with this priest, I learned about offering sufferings. And I put on the wall of the room, I used to have pictures and phrases, why I'm suffering for, you know, who I'm suffering for. Very specific. So that tool is amazing, you know, more than you think. And then a big picture of, you know, the Divine Mercy, amazing resource. I remember I learned about it when I was fine. I read a book about Mother Angelica once, and I don't know why that phrase was always on my heart, that she says, suffering doesn't have any value. if you don't use it. You can cry all day, and it's okay to have feelings and cry and be sad, but it doesn't go anywhere. So you better use it. You better learn tools how to use suffering. So that was the second tool that was really good for me.
We're going to take a break at this point. So we want to know the third tool when we come back. So we're going to hold you over for the final segment. It's a delight to speak with Paula Umana and sharing her own story of overcoming such a great physical adversity. Her book is 40 Gifts of Hope, Encouragement in Times of Sickness and Suffering. Anybody need some encouragement? Who's sick? Who's suffering? Plenty more to come. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Welcome back, where we're having a beautiful conversation with Paula Umana. She told us about the three people who came to us. First, the sister, then the priest, and now the third person was who?
Well, it was very interesting because after several years of treatments and trying, part of my body came back, except from my knee to my feet now. That is still paralyzed. And I will tell you those miracles tomorrow, probably for the program. But I remember going to the best neuromuscular excellence clinic, and they told me there's nothing we can do for you to walk again. So I went back home, and I wanted to cry so much. I was so sad that I was not going to be able to hold my son's hand ever and, do all those things. And I wanted to cry with somebody. But I didn't pick my husband, I didn't pick my sister, I didn't pick my friend. I called my teenager to the room, Marie, my oldest daughter. Do you know how is a 15-year-old girl? They don't have a filter, right? That's why I picked her, because I knew she was going to tell me, or I was expecting she was going to cry with me and hug me. So I say, Marie, the doctor says I will never walk again. And I start crying. That girl, that 15-year-old girl, she lay down on the door like this, looking at me. And she says, Mom, what are you going to do? Are you going to stay on that bed crying? You live your life and live it with anything you have. One arm, two, one leg, but live your life, Mom. And play the point. Because in tennis, it's play the point. She told me that phrase like, play the point. Go ahead and play the point. Can I go and do my homework?
Wow.
So I can't explain you that words of her wake me up. Like, what is the principle? So the first one of the noun is acceptance. The second one is offer your sufferings. And Marie teach me, don't be sorry for yourself and be grateful for what you have and move on. Instead of staying there on the drama and, it's okay. We need to go through different stages in suffering. We cry first, we get angry with God, but then we have to accept, offer sufferings and move on and shake it out, all that sorry that we feel for ourselves. So for me, when she told me that, the next day I start to do phone calls and I open another tennis academy on the wheelchair and I'd say, let's go, So I really want to share those three ideas because for me they were and they are a base for anything I'm doing right now.
Say the three again.
Yes.
Say the three.
The first one is acceptance.
Acceptance. Where you are right now is where you are.
The second one is offer your sufferings. And the third one is live with gratitude, and with anything you have available. Because I don't want to come here and say, think positive, you're going to make it, life, no. I'm telling you, okay, maybe you cannot think positive. Maybe you are so much in pain. But with the little bit you have available, use it and live your life with that little bit in your spiritual life, your physical life, on anything you can, because that's our job. And the rest, we have the Catholic advantage to trust in the Lord.
Amen. We're going to stop at this point, and I'm so glad we're going to have you tomorrow, and the Lord is just using you mightily. I know that. Hope that you've been encouraged by the show, especially those that are in pain or suffering, with the wisdom that Paula Umana has come through her own suffering, and still with a degree of disability. So we'll continue this tomorrow. Look forward to being with you once again. Keep it on EWTN. You're never alone. You're always at home with Jim and Joy. Bye now.